You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Coming up, Thanksgiving weekend is over for many travelers in the Midwest, but they're still waiting to get home in some cases.
Plus, happening today, Sarasota County school officials will swear in their new police chief.
And what you need to know before giving this charity holiday season. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Good morning, folks. Glad you're with us. Tuesday, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jess Dodrick. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I fell asleep last night to some rain on the rooftop. For more on what we can expect later this week, let's head over to meteorologist John Scalzi.
That was Santa. He was running a little early. That's why. Yeah, we had some rain around yesterday. In fact, it came down pretty good at some points. But today, I think we're going to see big changes in terms of a frontal boundary which has sunk to our south. Winds have switched to the north, and we have a little bit of cloud cover residual left over because the moisture takes a little while to scour away. But it will. In the meantime, the cloud cover may produce an isolated shower or two, but temperatures, that's the big news today. 62 Sarasota, 61 in Bradenton, 62 Lakewood Ranch. Our daytime highs are not going to be too much warmer than this, and tonight's lows, darn right cold for a lot of folks. It's 12 degrees below where it was just 24 hours ago, thanks to that colder, drier air filtering in. Sustained winds continue to be out of the north and breezy today. In fact, breezy enough that tonight, when our temperatures dip and these winds remain sustained and breezy, we'll probably be talking about wind chills that are in the upper 30s, close to 40. We'll talk more about that coming up in a few.
Thank you, John. Let's check the traffic right now in Manatee County. Some early buildup there on the Green Bridge where construction is ongoing in the northbound lanes as you head toward Palmetto. Be aware of that. That should be ending before the actual rush hour begins. Farther south, here's the scene in the northern half of Sarasota County. We'll see some issues there on Bee Ridge Road this morning, westbound from the interstate toward Cattleman and then Honore. And then our final map of the south, nothing in the red right now as of 5:02 on this Tuesday morning. And for the second time in just a few months, Sarasota County Public Schools will swear in a new police chief this morning.
The school district reassigned the previous chief. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now in the newsroom with the details on this change in leadership.
Yeah, Justin Ray, after some major changes to the Sarasota County School District Police Department, one law enforcement officer is replacing his old badge for a new one, this time to serve students. Tim Enos will be the new police chief and has some big shoes to fill. Enos will be responsible for 21 police officers in schools, 2 officers assigned to regional response units, 1 north and 1 south, and 3 sergeants. Enos is replacing Paul Grohowski, who was reassigned in October. The school district tells us that they were looking to improve the department, and Enos seemed to be the perfect fit. Now, we sat down with Enos when the changes were first announced. He tells us while working at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, school policing has been his top priority.
Well, school policing has been 17 out of my 25 years here with the Sheriff's Office has been involved in school policing. And when the opportunity came available with speaking with the school district, in potentially some changes being made, it was something that is very, very important to me, something that my entire career has been based on.
Enos is also the executive director of the Florida Association of School Resource Officers. Yesterday was his last day as captain at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Today's swearing in starts at 10 this morning at Riverview High School, and the public is welcome to join. Ray?
All right, thank you, Marla. Other news now. For most of us, Thanksgiving weekend ended 2 days ago, but for some travelers in the Midwest, it's not over yet. Reporter John Lawrence shows us the pre-December snowstorm hitting several states.
A major winter storm covering parts of the country like a fluffy, albeit frigid, blanket. Sure, it looks nice, but if you're trying to get from point A to point B,
you know, if I get there, I do. If not, well, then brought plenty of things to keep me busy in my briefcase.
Inclement weather forced more than 1,600 flights to be canceled Monday, according to FlightAware.com. O'Hare International Airport in Chicago was hit especially hard, with more than 1,300 flights grounded.
And that was canceled, so then I had to hurry and find another flight. So I actually flew out of Reagan in D.C. I found one last flight.
This storm is moving northeast, and more travel headaches are expected over the next few days.
Please check with your airline for flight status and for rebooking.
As the storm moved through Monday, there were winter weather advisories, warnings, and watches from Illinois through New York, affecting more than 18 million Americans. And this storm is also causing problems for travelers on the roads.
They had to pull their plows off so they could not treat the roads.
But some stranded travelers are making the most of the situation.
The hospitality in Flint is awesome. I have to say, I'm very excited about the fun I had here. Unfortunately, bad memories of the storm, but I'll laugh about it in the coming years.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Today is Giving Tuesday, a global day of giving that generally kicks off the charitable season. And here are a few tips to make sure you're not getting scammed when you're trying to do good. First, check a charity before donating. Watch out for scams. Scammers often take advantage of people by pretending to be a fake charity. And keep good records. Always keep a printed copy of a donation or a receipt. To find a charity you want to donate to that's participating in Giving Tuesday, look for this story on our website, mysuncoast.com.
In fact, Floridians give billions of dollars to charities each year, but where is that money actually going? The holiday season is the best time of year for charities to raise money, but it can be tough to tell which organizations actually use the money for the services they advertise versus those that mainly spend donations on salaries and overhead or just outright scams. Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi says, be careful.
You see so much good during the holidays, so much good, but you also see people trying to take advantage of others. So just be really careful if someone calls you and asks you to donate to a certain charity. Just check it out first.
Don't forget, it's always easier to avoid bogus charities up front rather than try to get your money back after you've been scammed.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office will start its second annual holiday toy drive this Saturday. There are currently more than 1,500 children throughout Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties who have been removed from their homes due to abuse or neglect. Because the children range in age from newborn to 18 years old with varying personal needs, the Sheriff's Office is only going to collect toys and gift cards this year. For more information on where you can deliver donations, again, go to our website, mysuncoast.com.
You think you decorate your house? Look at this decoration in Sarasota. Neil Miller draws hundreds to his house in Sarah Lake Estates near Bay Vista and Tuttle every year. Miller says he's been creating handmade buildings using vinyl concrete for over 60 years. But the 87-year-old says this will be the final year he has the display in front of his house. Neighbors say visiting the display is an annual tradition for them.
Everybody living in the neighborhood knows, and they come around and they'll bring friends, they'll bring family, they'll bring everybody, with them to see it because it's something to see.
And Miller says once the display is taken down on New Year's Day, he'll put the homemade houses up for sale.
Looking ahead, the 30th annual Venice Christmas Boat Parade sets sail this Saturday in the Intercoastal Waterway. Everyone is welcome and all boaters are invited to join in the fun. The parade starts just north of Albee Road Bridge at 6 p.m. If you're coming by boat, there are plenty of spots along the water to drop anchor. Unlike prior parades, you are not allowed to set up chairs, blankets, or other items in viewing locations prior to December 1st.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, we are less than a month away from Christmas. After the break, we'll tell you what you can do to keep out of debt this holiday season. And
coming up a little later in the hour, 6 years later, investigators are still looking for a missing Sarasota woman. What we know about the investigation so far. 5:08 right now on your Tuesday morning. Pretty shot of the downtown area. Well lit right now, but John Scalzi has checked a different kind of box this morning, kind sir.
Yeah, I have. I've gone ahead and checked the wind box on the drive time forecast only because I think on the trip home could have some breezy, kind of gusty winds out there, so high profile vehicles, maybe some motorcycles going over the skyway, something like that, could get kind of buffeted around just a little bit. It's not a big deal, but it's worth noting. Now, for the drive to work, maybe a little bit of early drizzle around. We'll show you that on radar in just a few minutes, but breezy on the way home. Temperatures, though, on the cool side. We'll talk all about the forecast in a second.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
It's year-end clearance time at every Ghetto location. location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you.
Gettle's got it.
At Gettle.com.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps.
2, 3, 4.
Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
It's hard to see when you're outside at night. It's time for the Atomic Beam Sunblast, the new solar-powered light that's super bright. Atomic Beam Sunblast lets you add a light anywhere, and the atomic solar panels charge the built-in lithium-ion battery quickly. Then the 180-degree motion sensor turns on the light when you get near and automatically turns off when you disappear. Look, here's a best-selling outdoor solar light. And here's the Super Bright Atomic Beam Sunblast. Get the Super Bright Atomic Beam Sunblast for only $19.99. But wait, call right now and you can double your order and get a second Sunblast, plus our best-selling Atomic Beam Flashlight. Just pay a separate fee. That's 2 Atomic Beam Sunblasts and the Atomic Beam Flashlight. Call now.
Call 1-800-494-1002. That's 1-800-494-1002 or visit bysunblast.com. So call 1-800-494-1002. Order now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yep, so we've got some significant changes coming in our weather today. Some cooler air continues to sink southward, riding on this north wind coming in now at about 14. Temperature is at 62, and today's going to be one of those days where our temperature is not going to warm all that much, maybe another 5 degrees or so, and that's really about it. We'll see that cold air continue to filter south, and despite the fact that we have a fair amount of cloud cover around currently, we will get some sunshine later on in the day. But despite the sunshine, that drainage of cold north wind will really prevent us from getting too much warmer than we are right now. 55, our dew point. We'll watch those dew points continue to plummet. And in fact, tomorrow morning when you wake up, you'll probably have some dew points that are in the 40s and even 30s, I think, over the course of the next 48 hours. 7 a.m. temperature about 61. We do have a slight chance, a slight risk at seeing an isolated sprinkle. That would be about it through about dawn, and then that chance will go away. And we'll be with several days of dry weather in the forecast. 64 degrees by 12 noon, 66, that's it by 3 p.m. And then we'll watch the temperatures fall off during the evening hours. And it'll be darn right cool for a lot of folks because the winds are going to continue to be kind of breezy and gusty as we head into the afternoon, maybe sustained at about 20. Titan radar showing a few areas of light drizzle. That's about it. Nothing really heavy, nothing like last night when we had some pretty good showers move through. This is not going to last all that long. Like I say, it's the last gasp of the cloud cover before we start to see some clearing. By the way, this area here highlighted in violets and blues, freeze watches and warnings up for parts of North Florida for tonight. That's how cool it's going to get. Now, we don't have anything like that around here. But if you are in inland areas and you have some very sensitive plants, orchids or whatever, you might want to give them a little extra care. Maybe bring them inside, just because those kinds of plants get damaged first. Otherwise, I don't think we'll have any issues around here with a freeze tonight or tomorrow, but it will be cold. Make sure you take care of those pets. Make sure your heater is working okay, because it is going to be a couple of really chilly nights. High pressure builds in behind the frontal boundary that came through last night. Wind shift, dew points fell and continue to do so again this morning. North wind will continue with increasing sunshine as the cloud deck sinks southward. We'll have the colder air continuing to move in throughout the day. Breezy, gusty conditions, high pressure expands, and tonight, as high pressure expands and the winds start to quiet down just a little bit, we are going to see a very cold night. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, a very chilly night indeed, even a little colder than we're going to see this morning. So the forecast kind of shaping up like this. We'll have today kind of a breezy day out there. North wind coming in about 15 to 20, increasing to 20 during the afternoon on open waters. Not a particularly great day for boating. We'll watch a choppy condition on our bay and inland waters with 3 to 5 foot seas. And the forecast looks pretty cold. We'll look for tonight, temperatures dropping down to about 45 degrees with a little bit more sunshine in the second half of the day. Tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, 63. That's it for a daytime high. Winds will start to settle down a little bit in the second half of the day tomorrow, and we'll look for an overnight low of 40. I'm going to call it a first alert weather morning Thursday morning, as those temperatures in many places will be in the 30s, and the feels like temperature, if we get even a little bit of wind, could dip down around 35 feels like with wind chill. So that's significant. You're going to have to bundle up Thursday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And then we'll start a warming trend that'll carry us into the weekend, when we'll rebound with temperatures into the 80s. We'll have the air conditioning on by the weekend. Back to you.
Amazing how drastically the weather can change in 1 week. Thanks, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. You're seeing your usual delays on US 301 as you head northbound and cross over State Road 70. Other than that, there's nothing to report in Manatee County. As we head a little further south into the northern half of Sarasota County, everything appears to be running smoothly. Some slight delays on US 41 as you're heading northbound coming out of Osprey. Other than that, things look good. And in the southern half of Sarasota County, there's nothing to report at 5:17 on your Tuesday morning. An experimental vaccine for Alzheimer's disease is reportedly showing promising results. Researchers at the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center are testing the vaccine on mice, monkeys, and rabbits. Last week, they reported it safely prevented the buildup of 2 proteins. Those proteins are associated with the degenerative brain disease. Researchers hope to one day test the vaccine on humans. They say it could extend lives by preventing Alzheimer's from developing.
This can be a stressful time of year when it comes to spending money on holiday gifts. Reporter Meredith Wood has some tips to help you avoid spending too much.
Long lines, hefty price tags, and large crowds. This holiday shopping season, some people may find it a bit hard to stay both stress-free and debt-free. But experts say a bit of planning can help you get through the holidays without losing your sanity and your budget.
It lowers your stress level because you know how much you're spending. You're not going to walk out bankrupt from the holidays.
Number 1, make a list and check it twice. Decide which loved ones are going to be getting gifts and then stick to a budget for each person.
It forces you to be creative, right? Like if you have a boundary, now you have to think and be creative about the gifts you give, so the gift giving gets better.
Tip number 2, compare prices. When you're out shopping, check online prices for that same item on your phone. It may be cheaper somewhere else. And many retailers offer a price matching guarantee, so it pays to do a little research.
Use the internet to your advantage. Like go on and price match company versus company, because you'll end up getting a far better deal that can translate to a lot of extra money in January.
And number 3, limit your spending and give back to a good cause. Take some of the funds that would have gone to presents and donate it to a nonprofit instead.
But have your kids actually help think through what that nonprofit is, right? That will be a lasting memory, probably way more than just another video game.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Meredith Wood.
They move and snore, but a recent study shows women who sleep with dogs get a better night's rest. Researchers found women who share their beds with dogs report less disturbed sleep and greater feelings of security and comfort. Women who sleep with cats, like myself, did not show those benefits and reported disrupted sleep as much as women who share a bed with a human partner. The correlation between better sleep with dogs is based on a self-reported data. It has not been confirmed using an objective measure. Dog owners also tend to go to sleep and wake up earlier than cat owners because those cats stay in bed all day. I could just, stay and sleep all day.
So it's you and 2 cats?
2, yeah.
Wow.
They take up more of the bed than you would imagine.
Is that right?
Too. Yeah.
Well, the story.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. It was a record-breaking Cyber Monday. The billions of dollars spent and how much higher were the sales compared to last year.
And the latest from the border after hundreds of migrants were pushed back from slipping in the country. Now, Mexico's government may provide more support to the U.S., but first, let's go to the nation's largest city.
Taking a live look at New York City, this is Columbus Circle. There's already hustle and bustle going on there. It's 5:20 on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Planning a Carnival fantasy cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes, B, console her,
don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Hi, I'm Hunter Ellis, and this is Magic Ear by Atomic Beam. It gives you the astonishing experience of super hearing. No more embarrassing complaints as you watch TV.
Please, turn that down.
With Magic Ear, you don't have to turn up the volume or ask anyone to repeat themselves. You can even hear a whisper 100 feet away.
Have you seen Dawn? She looks amazing.
Sportsmen and bird watchers use it to hear noises that are too low for the human ear. Magic Ear gives you the incredible experience of super hearing. Order Magic Ear by Atomic Beam right now for just $19.99. But wait, order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll ship them free and fast. That's 2 Magic Ear by Atomic Beam and free shipping. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-308-4964. That's 1-800-308-4964. Or visit getmagicear.com. So call 1-800-308-4964. Order now.
Here's a live look of Georgia's capital. Pretty shot of the downtown Atlanta area. They're seeing 33 degrees there right now. Sounds cold, but did you hear what John just said a minute ago?
Yeah, we could be feeling that later.
Mid-30s, wind chill on Thursday morning.
Do people even have jackets here to warm them up in 30-degree weather?
Yes, we have we have
Do
jackets
Floridians
here.
have those? I'm not sure.
I've got a winter jacket I like wearing once a year.
All right, maybe you'll wear it on set later this week.
I have before, actually.
All right, there's no misinformation about this. That's dictionary.com's word of the year. The word misinformation has been around for centuries, but it made a major comeback in 2018. That's due to the large amount of fake information that made its way to the internet this year. The annual word of the year is done to shine a light on the most searched or used word. The runner-up words of the year were representation, self-made, and backlash.
Not a lot of fun words this year.
No. Apple stock dipped after President Trump discussed potential iPhone tariffs.
Details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the trade war with China could raise the cost of your iPhone.
President Trump tells the Wall Street Journal he'll go ahead with tariffs he's already announced if he can't get a deal. And he may add more, including 10% on Apple devices that are made in China. Cyber Monday set records with nearly $8 billion in sales, even more than expected.
It was the biggest single shopping day in U.S. history. Overall, online sales in the U.S. hit $500 million before 7 a.m. on Cyber Monday. Well, now it's Travel Tuesday, a good day to get some cheap flights. And Black Friday also set a record, by the way, for mobile shopping.
For the first time ever, sales reached more than $2 billion in online sales coming from phones. Mobile shopping sales increase every year, but sales from desktops are still top dog.
And is tomorrow like Bankruptcy Wednesday after all that?
Those are your Tech Bites.
Have a great day.
Keep shopping.
Tech Bites, sponsored by Fruit of the Loom.
When you've crossed Fruit of the Loom off your list, you know your holiday shopping is complete. It's time to celebrate.
Celebrate! Holiday! So sometimes celebrate. Just one day out of life. It would be so nice to celebrate.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this new Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
New Robitussin honey, because it's never just a cough.
This is Dell Cinema technology. Uninterrupted streaming, brilliant sound clarity, and lifelike color. Experience Dell Cinema on the XPS 13. Shop the biggest Cyber Week ever at Dell.com.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
You can help make the wishes of Suncoast children and seniors come true this holiday season. Hi, I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Join ABC7 and share your good fortune by becoming a Salvation Army Angel.
Stop by ABC7 or any Jessup's major appliance location and pick up an Angel Tree gift tag. It will tell you what one local child or senior citizen is wishing for this holiday season.
From ABC7, thank you for your generosity and happy holidays.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Coming up, tensions continue to rise on the border this morning as thousands of Central American migrants seeking asylum in the U.S. hope to enter the country through Mexico.
Plus, cracking down on texting and driving in Florida will tell you about the latest proposal from Tallahassee.
And one man is taking a journey to help those in need. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone. It's 5:30 on your Tuesday morning. I'm Jess Daldrick.
I'm Ray Collins. A little chilly out there right now, but nothing like we're going to see later in the week. Here's the bearer of bad news, John Scalzi.
Yeah, you know, if you've been itching for some cooler weather, you're in luck because it is coming. Right now we have some cloud cover across the region. That's the kind of last gasp of the frontal boundary that is sinking southward and produced yesterday's rain showers. Yes, there are a few scattered patches of drizzle contained within these clouds, and as we progress through the morning hours, we'll watch that kind of give way to a little bit more sunshine during the second half of the day. 60 in Bradenton, 62 in Sarasota, 64 in Venice. Inland temperatures low 60s, 61 Mayaca, Arcadia 62, Wauchula 60. We're not going to get much warmer than that today. Maybe about 5 degrees, that's about it. Here's those little patches of drizzle that we see here. They are sinking southward, and by the time dawn breaks, I think the risk of any kind of rain showers will be gone. And it's really not rain, it's more like a little bit of patchy drizzle. Put in a 10% chance of a little bit of brief drizzle. That's about it, really. Then we look for temperatures that only top out about 66. Tonight, it will be cold. We'll talk about that in a sec.
All right, thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now so far in Manatee County. Any earlier issues have already resolved. It's a clear sail there. Farther south, here's the northern half of Sarasota County. Just some minor spots of a little congestion, nothing much to speak of so far. And then our final map to the south, that will indicate little blips of red around 41 in Jacaranda and down toward Minnesota. 5:31 right now.
Trump administration officials are defending the use of tear gas being deployed on migrants at the border in Tijuana, Mexico Sunday. And the president is slamming adults who had children with them, suggesting without evidence that some were grabbers and not the true parents of the kids. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest from Washington.
President Trump campaigning in Mississippi disputed the impact of tear gas on migrant children.
First of all, the tear gas is a very minor form of the tear gas itself. It's very safe. These are people, they call them grabbers. They grab a child because they think they're going to have a certain status by having a child.
And Secretary of Homeland Security Kirstjen Nielsen said in a statement that the caravan members are mostly men. Quote, the limited number of women and children in the caravan are being used by the organizers as human shields. This is putting vulnerable people in harm's way. The administration now says there were 1,000 migrants who attempted to cross. 8,500 migrants camped in Tijuana, 600 convicted criminals. But there are undoubtedly some children in the crowd. This migrant traveling with her 2-year-old son came from Honduras. And responding to the humanitarian crisis, Garrett Robinson, he brought children's books.
Regardless of your political belief, whether you think people should go to the States or not, through asylum or any other way, people need help. So I brought some children's books in Spanish.
After Sunday's clash between U.S. Border Patrol and the migrants, ABC's Matt Gutman met with one man who said his injuries would not deter him.
Now, one of the things that he says is that he's not going to stop. He wants to still get into the United States, and he's not going to quit now just because he was wounded.
It could take months to process these requests for asylum, and Secretary Nielsen says historically less than 10% of these claims are ever approved. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort has breached his plea agreement. A new court filing released last night says that Manafort lied to both the FBI and special counsel Robert Mueller. Manafort denies that. He pleaded guilty to conspiracy and witness tampering in September, but as part of his plea deal, prosecutors dropped 10 other charges as long as Manafort cooperated. The prosecutors may be able to bring those charges back if the cooperation is not deemed successful.
Detectives with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office are reopening a 6-year-old missing persons case. Investigators aren't giving up hope after receiving a tip. Patricia Scala, known as Erin to her friends and family, was living on Vanna Drive before her disappearance in 2012. Detectives interviewed dozens of friends, associates, and neighbors between 2012 and 2017, but their search came up short. This past September, someone close to Scala told investigators that they believed the 27-year-old was killed and her remains were somewhere on the property where she lived. Detectives searched the property but did not find any evidence.
I have been optimistic for the last 4.5 years, but when some tips started coming in slowly here and there, then I started losing that hope, which is sad.
Now investigators are asking you to help with their search. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers.
We have an update now on a shooting between neighbors last week in Palmetto. 77-year-old William Andrus has been charged with attempted murder after deputies say he shot his neighbor over a dispute on an air conditioner. No word yet on Joseph Prisco's condition. Prisco's wife, Brenda, says Andrus hit her with a brick in the head. Andrus remains behind bars.
Detectives in Charlotte County are trying to identify the man in this video wearing that black shirt and hat that you see right there. In the video, you can see him picking up something from the shelf at a Target and walking away without paying for it. If you have any information about this man's identity, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
A reminder to always keep your eyes on your belongings at the airport. Watch this man in the surveillance video, accused of stealing luggage at the Southwest Florida International Airport in Fort Myers. You can see he pulls them off the carousel and goes out the door. If you recognize the car or the man in the pictures, you're asked to call police in Fort Myers.
We have new numbers this morning of exactly how much damage Hurricane Michael did across Florida. Authorities announced Monday that the death toll related to the storm now stands at 43. The Florida Division of Emergency Management says more than 11 counties in North Florida had at least one fatality. The one with the most, though, was Bay County. They had 23 deaths there. Michael slammed Florida's panhandle last month, and people who live there are still slowly recovering.
This is the final week of the 2018 Atlantic hurricane season. It began on June 1st and was relatively calm until Michael made landfall October 10th as a Category 4 storm in the Panhandle. The storm caused massive damage around Mexico Beach. It tore apart homes, snapped trees, and knocked out power as it barreled north toward Georgia. The storm resulted in about $3.5 billion in insured losses.
In First Alert traffic, expect detours and delays at a busy intersection in Manatee County for the next several weeks. The intersection of 51st Street West and 21st Avenue West will be closed for construction. Starting today, the west side of 21st Avenue West will be closed for the next 3 weeks. 51st Street West will remain open heading north and southbound, but will also be closed starting on Wednesday.
State lawmakers will try again next session to crack down on drivers using cell phones. A measure called the Florida Ban on Wireless Communications Devices While Driving Law, the tongue twister, would ban drivers from using handheld phones, but would allow hands-free devices like Bluetooth earpieces. But texting and driving is already illegal in Florida. It's a secondary offense. This new bill would make it a primary offense. The session begins in March.
You can give a priceless gift this holiday season. One Blood is looking for donors and is hosting a blood drive at Venice City Hall. It'll take place tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., but you can sign up in advance. All donors will receive a blanket, a wellness checkup, which includes blood pressure, temperature, and a cholesterol screening.
This Friday is the final day to pay property taxes with a discount in Sarasota County. The tax collector's office is offering 4 ways to do it. To get a 4% discount, use their 24-hour drop box in any of 3 locations. You can also go online to their website by midnight or mail it to their office.
Take a look at this. The Alabama man famous for mowing 50 lawns in 50 states is now hitting the road for the holidays to help the homeless. And last night, he stopped in Memphis. Rodney Smith Jr., dressed as Santa Claus, gifted a gentleman named Lee a blanket, sleeping bag, tent, and backpack full of hygiene items. Smith started his journey Monday in Mobile. He stopped in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Jackson, Mississippi. Tennessee was his 4th state of the day.
Because last Christmas when I done it, a lot of the people that I gave the gifts to, I mean, the face lit up like little kids on Christmas, and it meant so much to them. So to do it again and do it in all 50 states and bring smiles, it means a lot. It lets me know that I'm making a difference.
During the summer months, Smith visited all 50 states providing free lawn care for the elderly, disabled, single moms, and veterans. He's stopping today in Little Rock and Oklahoma City.
Looking ahead to this Saturday, the 23rd annual Sarasota Holiday Parade will take place in downtown Sarasota. Starts at 7 p.m. with floats and marching bands, and Santa Claus will be there. It runs from Main Street at 301 all the way west toward Gulfstream. The three of us, Jess, John, and myself, will all be there, so hope to see you on the parade route as well this Saturday night.
Yeah, can't wait. It'll be a great time.
Your first one, right?
Yep, my first one.
A lot of people out there. Still ahead, happening this morning, Sarasota County Schools will swear in another new police chief. What happened to the last one? Well, an update live from Marla Spence.
Now we're taking a live look outside over the city of Sarasota. You may not be able to tell by a picture like this, but the cooler weather is rolling in. John?
Well, yes, it may be cold, but beach life goes on, right? And we're looking at a beach forecast that calls for, well, some kind of tricky conditions out there. We're going to have those winds give us a high risk of rip currents today. We'll also have a small craft advisory up for our area waters throughout the day today and tonight. Breezy and gusty winds will be with us. And we do have some issues with red tide. However, I guarantee you these Mote Marine observations will change later today as our winds have shifted from the west to now a more northerly direction. So even though we do have some areas that have intense amounts of red tide irritant in the air from yesterday's reports, today's reports coming up at about 10 o'clock this morning will change. We'll have a complete forecast in a second.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with a family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, fishing, or biking and hiking. Or play the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy the flavors of the Black Belt. Book your adventure at our lodges or stay in the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
It's year-end clearance time at every Gettle location. Over 3,000 new vehicles, over 1,000 used vehicles on clearance right now at Gettle.com. And Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Get credit help, fast cash for your car, and year-end clearance prices right now at a Gettle dealership near you. Gettle's got it. At Gettle.com.
Introducing Atomic Beam Sunglass, the solar-powered motion-activated light that turns on when you're near and off when you disappear. It's solar-powered, so no batteries, no cords. You can stick it up practically anywhere, so you can light up your driveway when you pull in, and even your yard. It also makes a great security light, and it's weather-resistant too. Get yours today.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
It's kind of a cool start to the morning. We have 62 degrees the air temperature, and frankly, we're not going to get a lot warmer than that. maybe by about 5 degrees. That'll be about it, even though we have some cloud cover out there right now, which will give way to a little bit more sunshine. That sunshine won't do much because of that north wind that's brisk at about 14, continuing throughout the day, maybe even increasing a little bit as we head into the afternoon. That's going to draw down the cooler air and fight against whatever sunshine we get. So our high temperature today on the chilly side of average. Dew point value also 55 will continue to lower. We'll have dew points over the next several days that'll drop into the 40s and 30s. And as we get into those dew points that are so low, that's when we run the risk of those colder nighttime temperatures, particularly as winds go calm Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Tonight, the winds will be a little bit breezy, and that'll add to a wind chill factor tomorrow morning, but we'll still have enough wind to kind of stir things up and keep our temperatures just a little bit warmer than they might otherwise be. Dew point values across the state, check it out, 36 in Tallahassee, 29 in Pensacola. That is absolutely desert-like dry weather in Pensacola right now. That colder dew point value will continue to sink southward into our area where, as I mentioned, we're in the mid-50s with a dew point value. We're looking at, across the region, a slight little chance at an isolated patch of drizzle this morning. That'll be about it. After we get through with that little chance of drizzle by dawn, then we'll be looking at some slow clearing that'll take place through the morning hours, and by afternoon I think we'll have a fair amount of sunshine around. We'll look at a 12 noon temperature of 64, a 3 p.m. temperature of 66, and a 7 p.m. temperature of 60 on the way down to temperatures close to the 40-degree mark tonight. And in inland areas we might even see some upper 30s. But hey, it gets colder still as we head into tomorrow night and Thursday morning. These areas highlighted in violets and blues, that's a freeze watch or warning up for areas in North Florida. Now, we don't have that around here. We still have some of that patchy drizzle on radar, though, and as I mentioned, that'll be with us for a little while longer, a couple hours. That's about it. It's not a big deal. It's not going to bother your commute. And I think most of the kids at the bus stop will never see any of that drizzle whatsoever. So the frontal boundary carved its way through yesterday, and around 11 o'clock last night, wind shifted to the north. We got lower dew point values starting to move in, and that will continue on today as this high-pressure ridge expands toward our area. As that high expands toward our area, our winds go up, and it will be a breezy day today. Tomorrow morning, it might be a little bit rough for some folks as we feel that wind chill that'll take it down into the upper 30s, I think, maybe low 40s. Increasing sunshine, colder air moving in, breezy and gusty throughout the day today. Snowfall accumulation still occurring up in the down east Maine sections of our country, and if you are traveling there, well, there could be some delays as you head northward. But if you are traveling this weekend, say, for a little bit of skiing, got some fresh powder up there at least. Northwest wind coming in at about 20, sustained at about 20 really throughout the day, even though we shift the winds just a little bit. 3 to 6 building foot seas, choppy conditions on bay and inland waters. All right, here we go. Today, daytime high tops out at about 67. Tonight's low about 45. Factor in the winds tomorrow morning. You'll have a feels like temperature closer to the 40 mark, maybe some upper 30s in inland areas. Tomorrow, we only make it to 63, but as we head into tomorrow night, the winds go a little calmer, and we'll lower our nighttime temperature probably another 5 degrees. So I'm going to call it a first alert weather morning Thursday morning just because it's going to be darn right cold for a lot of folks. Heaters will be going. 66, though, by Thursday afternoon as we start to rebound with temperatures into the 80s by the weekend. Air conditioners will be running as a series of little frontal boundaries, kind of bring us a rain chance over the weekend, but not much cooler weather. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at first alert traffic now. In Manatee County, we are seeing some debris on the road near 59th Avenue at 15th Street. So be aware of that if you're traveling through the area. Other than that, some slight delays on State Road 64 as you head toward and away from the interstate. In the northern half of Sarasota County now, doesn't appear that anything is causing any sort of delays right now in Sarasota County. As we head to the southern half of the county, you're seeing some slight delays there on 776 as you're heading southbound. But other than that, things are running smoothly at 5:48 on your Tuesday morning.
For the second time in the past few months, Sarasota County Public Schools will swear in a new police chief.
The school district reassigned to the previous chief. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now in the newsroom with the details on this change of leadership.
Jess and Ray, after some major changes to the Sarasota County School District Police Department, one law enforcement officer has some big shoes to fill. Tim Enos will be replacing his badge for a new one, this time to serve students as the school district's new police chief. Enos will be responsible for 21 officers in schools, 2 officers assigned to regional response units, 1 north and 1 south, and 3 sergeants. Enos is replacing Paul Krolowski, who was reassigned in October, and the school district tells us they were looking to improve the department, and Enos seemed to be the perfect fit. Now, Enos tells us that 17 out of his 25 years with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office has been dedicated to school policing. We sat down with Enos when the changes were first announced, and he says he's excited to get to work.
One of the things that I'm really looking forward to is reaching out to the sheriff and the municipalities, because ultimately it's going to take everybody in order to keep the kids safe. It can't be just one specific entity, because it's way just too complicated. And when you have such strong agencies that we have in Sarasota and such a good law enforcement community we have there, that everybody, I'm looking forward to that everybody will work together.
And Enos is also the executive director of the Florida Association of School Resource Officers. Yesterday was his last day as captain at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, and today's swearing-in starts at 10 this morning at Riverview High School, and the public is welcome to join. Ray?
All right, thank you, Marla. Big news here now. General Motors is cutting thousands of jobs amid slumping sales. The automaker announced some shifting that would shut down 5 plants. Reporter Steve Nannis has reaction.
General Motors is taking major steps to restructure its organization, and it will come at the cost of many of its workers. On Monday, the motor vehicle giant announced it will cut 15% of its salaried workforce. That's about 8,000 people, and thousands of hourly workers will either lose their jobs or be reassigned. The move is part of a broader shift to new technologies and away from traditional car production, underscored by the company's new motto, zero crashes, zero emissions, zero congestion. In a statement, GM CEO Mary Barra said, quote, "The actions we are taking today continue our transformation to be highly agile, resilient, and profitable while giving us the flexibility to invest in the future." Shortly after the announcement, President Trump expressed his disappointment over GM's move.
We've let our position be known, and we're not happy about it.
GM's Oshawa assembly plant in Ontario is one of 5 North American facilities that will shut production.
They come to work every day and they make General Motors a lot of money. They're the best workers in the industry. They're the best workers in General Motors, and this is the reward they get.
The other 4 plants are located in Detroit, Michigan, Warren, Ohio, White Marsh, Maryland, and Warren, Michigan. GM says the plan will save the company $6 billion by the end of 2020. I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
Florida has set another tourism record. The Sunshine State welcomed 95.8 million visitors from January through September, according to Visit Florida. That's the highest number of visitors in any 9 months in Florida's history and represents a 6.7% increase over the 89.8 million visitors during the same period in 2017. This includes 85 million domestic visitors, 8 million overseas visitors, and 2.8 million Canadian visitors. I guess the red tide wasn't keeping people away like people thought that it was.
It didn't really start until June, but you're right. That was a factor. Well, every day's top news headlines after this. First, a live look outside our studios where it's off to a chilly start, but nothing like we're going to have later in the week. We'll talk to John again and have our top headlines after this.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Hi, I'm Hunter Ellis, and this is Magic Ear by Atomic Beam. It gives you the astonishing experience of super hearing. No more embarrassing complaints as you watch TV.
Please, turn that down.
With Magic Ear, you don't have to turn up the volume or ask anyone to repeat themselves. You can even hear a whisper 100 feet away.
Have you seen Dawn? She looks amazing.
Sportsmen and bird watchers use it to hear noises that are too low for the human ear. Magic Ear gives you the incredible experience of super hearing. Order Magic Ear by Atomic Beam right now for just $19.99. But wait, order now and you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. Plus, we'll ship them free and fast. That's 2 Magic Ear by Atomic Beam and free shipping. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-308-4964. That's 1-800-308-4964. Or visit getmagicear.com. So call 1-800-308-4964. Order now.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here are some of the top stories we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
A 77-year-old man named William Andrus of Palmetto remains behind bars, charged with attempted murder of his neighbor. Another neighbor says the dispute was over an air conditioner.
Plus, Florida law enforcement could soon be able to pull over drivers for texting and driving. Right now, drivers can only be cited if they're stopped for other infractions, like speeding. Lawmakers plan to look at a bill proposal in upcoming weeks.
And a Sarasota man says this will be the final year of his handmade Christmas Village display near Tuttle and Bay Vista. This has been home to thousands of visitors for years. This is final year, he says. At 87, enough is enough. Off to a chilly start. We'll have John's forecast next.
It's 5:56. We'll be right back after the break.